Hello guys, let's react to Starfield today. Honestly, I watched this trailer a few times already, and it was pretty good. Pretty good. I really like it. I just been just so hyped for this game. It's been the one game, that everyone's been talking about, waiting for. I bought the premium edition already. It comes with the DLC and stuff. Anyway, I ain't gonna waste y'all's time. Anyway, let's go and react to the video, guys. It's gonna be awesome. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yes, everything's going good. Everything go good. Let's go. Three, two, one.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space?
Honestly, I really like the idea, but it's challenging probably. Look at Mass Effect. It's a role-playing game, but it's kind of limited, like in its scope. Plus, I never played No Man's Sky, and I hear people say it's not good and it's good at the same time. So I can't really talk on half of that. But Mass Effect is one of my favorite games, but it also feels so limited. I hope like they make this game, feel like a normal Bethesda game. For example, like Skyrim, you can take clothes, you can take this, you can steal everything, you can take this, you can take that, you can ride a horse, you can attack this person, you know what I mean? I just hope it still has the same vibe, feel, and so on. Anyway, let's keep on going.
Where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do, and that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look. Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities.
The graphics, it's beautiful. My PC is gonna die. It's gonna die, guys. But anyway, this game looks awesome and beautiful. I can't wait.
But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours.
Yes, it's 1,000 worlds, but you have to ask yourself, how can they do this? Random generation or like generated worlds that is kind of similar to like Minecraft, I guess. I watched the interview saying that the procedurally generated, but with a touch of love, if you know what I mean, like a handcrafted part of it, like a small bit. And then I guess the engine generates it based off of that and like what information Bethesda gives it. So it creates these partially handcrafted but mostly partially generated. So it's kind of weird at the same time. But they're trying to basic off of what they do, if that makes sense. But also partially generated because it would take too long to do 1,000 planets. But it looks beautiful, to be honest. I just hope it's not empty, for example, like in Mass Effect, like we used to scan these planets and they just barely have anything on it, and it's just like there's like a scanning mechanic in this game. I hope it's more interesting. I mean, this time you can actually go to all the planets, but remember, they're trying to sell us on this. It's a selling point, so you can't just go off of what people say. You got to actually witness it, do it, Anyway, let's go. I'm still a fan of it.
It's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you.
That's cool. The spikies.
Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but
See, this is what I was talking about, the scanning system. I hope it's not like Mass Effect, you just scan this, that. They need to add like encounters like mixed in with scanning, so it doesn't seem like you're just scanning all the time, if that makes sense. But it looks awesome, to be honest.
you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources.
Honestly, I like the idea of collecting resources in my not Minecraft. Skyrim. One of my favorite things is mining. I don't know why. There's just something about mining. Like, you want to mine and mine and mine so you can strike gold and silver and gems and all that stuff. It makes you feel so rich and powerful. Carrying that heavy piece of gold in. Like, give me my money. Give me my money. Anyway, let's go.
Do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Also, let's talk about how they have vehicles in the world, but we can't use them. For example, you see like let me point. See, this is like a forklift or like a crane looking thing. But we can't drive vehicles in this game, which sucks. That's one of the things I actually wanted to do. But we're gonna have to be walking on foot or using the jetpack. I'm just curious why. Like, why not? Like, I mean, I understand the engine's limited, but they have Microsoft backing them. Shouldn't they be able to properly fund, engine editors or engine programmers to just upgrade the engine, or like maybe move to a different engine, I don't know. Anyway, that kind of made me a little mad, upset that we're still using this concept, but I guess in a way it forces us to realize the details they put into this world, the love. So it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, but yeah, it's awesome. That's all I'm saying. Also, I like the fact that the guns ain't fucking huge in first person. For example, we got what's it called? Fallout 4. The guns look huge, like comically huge. Like when you're looking, just holding it. Like for example, but they look huge. I know I sound like Trump. It looks like it's huge. No, what I mean is like the model looks better. The guns ain't fucking huge. Anyway, I like that. Also, let's see what this dude got. Credits, so that's the type of money we're gonna be using. And 3KV, laser cartridge, 54 bullets. Equinix, I'm guessing, is the weapon. Can't we steal his suit? Is that his suit? Equinix? Or, I don't know.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to...
You saw the LMG. I love LMGs. The awesome. I love MGs. And I remember Mass Effect 3, that's the best weapon I used, LMG. I love it, I love it, I love it. Plus these guns look awesome, awesome. Plus look, those different damage, like physical, energy, electromagnetic, and then they also have different effects, like different damages, like weapons, different weapons, and then different effect categories. Thermal, I don't know if that's a damage type. Irradiation, wait, no, that's not it. That's just what you can get exposed to. This is different women. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's continue.
To spacesuits, to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
I want to be able to make my own robot. I want to be able to create a robot. I want to use something similar to the shipbuilding mechanic they use in this game, but I want to make my own robot. Like for example, they got the Fallout 4 DLC. I forget what it's called, to be honest. Autumn mode. I forget. There's the DLC in Fallout that allows you to build your own robot. I hope that's in the base game, like allow you to create your own robot. It'd be awesome. Also, don't limit me to how many robots I can have. I want to have like 10 fucking robots. I want to have like 10 fucking robots. But besides that, everything looks awesome. It's beautiful.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game,
I do like the idea of a like spaceship. You know, having a crew with you all the time. That way you don't have to run back to the fucking city. Be like, I've done this quest for you. I've done this quest. I'm back. Guess what? I did this quest for you. But this time we gotta actually bring them with us and be like, yes, we did this mission. They're literally on our ship. So we don't have to run across the galaxy to be like, hey, we did this quest. You understand what I'm trying to say? Plus it allows you to have like a little family in the game with you at all times. Be like, hey. Like in Mass Effect, how there's like a little family on the ship. I love the idea. Anyway, let's go.
It has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these...
Okay. Question. I got the question. Like the cities. You know, like in Fallout 4, the city didn't really look that big. It kind of looked small. What I'm seeing here is like it's big, but I don't really know if it's big, if that means. Like, they're showing us big structures, but I don't really know the size of the city. We don't know the map. We don't know the layout. I don't want to another Fallout Diamond City look-alike, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, we don't want it to be small. We want it to be a city. A city's supposed to be big. Think about Los Santos. You got the main city, the outskirts, and then the little suburban areas, and then you also got like subways, and you got the airport. And we want a city, not like a little town, like in, for example, Diamond City, or think about Solitude and Skyrim. We want the actual city, not some little town. We want a city, not a town. Cities are big, towns are medium-sized at best. Anyway, let's go.
Boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made. Not just in
I'm not gonna lie, saying it's the biggest city you ever made hasn't sold me yet. For example, your cities ain't that big. That's what I've been trying to say.
size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group.
Okay. The thing I hold about the main faction, Constellation, is like those limited romance options. For example, my character is limited to, if I had a character in the game right now, it would be limited to 4 romance options. That's what I hold. I'm curious to see who the 4 romance options is. It's like, not really a fan of that. Give us at least like 10, because it's a big game. We want options. Options that matters. For example, romance. You want your companion to actually be your fucking companion. You know, companion in life. I don't like the limited the limited romance options. I didn't like it. Anyway, everything looks cool though.
Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god, look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know,
honestly, the characters look awesome. I love them. They look awesome. Awesome.
What I hate about these pirates, completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
There was one thing that I have been more curious about, that more I think about this game. Who is the bad guy? Like, for example, we see competitive, we have factions, yes? Factions? That's probably gonna be feuding. But who's the main bad guy? Who's the Orderwin? Who's gonna be life or death, you know what I mean? Who's gonna be here to destroy the planet? Who's gonna be there to save the planet? Us. But who is the main bad guy? Who's the bad guy? That's my question. We need... Who's the bad guy? Is it gonna be like this alien dude, or is it just gonna be another faction?
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
I like it. Reminds me of New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas. I don't know why. There's just that little vibe, to be honest. And then it also reminds me of that other game, Outer Worlds by Obsidian. Ooh, it's a new Deathclaw guys I'm picking.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. This is the...
So the Red Mile, would that be like the Dark Brotherhood, but not really focused on death? We don't really know nothing about the factions for the most
Face
part.
of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before.
You're pushing your cities and settlements even though they're small as crap before. Okay. Let's hope that actually I put a decent size. Also, I want to be able to purchase multiple houses in multiple locations. I like the idea. Like in San Andreas. I want to be like a billionaire in this game, if that makes sense. That's what I want from this game. I want to be able to buy what I want, shoot what I want, do this, do that, do anything I want. I just want that type of game, if that makes sense.
It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Aye aye, Captain, we're ready.
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out.
You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Ew. The beginning scene of like the Kelto creation. It looks awesome.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as
I don't like what he said. The simplest. If it's complex and simple at the same time, how can it be good? For example, if you simple something down or dumb it down, it limits the possibilities for that thing you're talking about, such as the Kelto generator or like the Kelto creation.
possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get...
I do love that. Plus the adoring fan in his back. Oh my gosh, I love it.
to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
It's awesome.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Also, I have a question about the parents, or like the trait or whatever, the parents trait. Like, okay, say if you got like a black character, would the parents be like black in this game? Or like if you had an Asian character, would they be Asian like your parents in this game? Like how would that work out? Would they have a different type of voice and like speech, or would it be the exact same person, just a different shade of skin on like the NPC, if that makes sense? Or like, I don't really think that'd be going that into details for the traits, if that makes sense. But would this work with like different races and stuff? Or would they make it out as you're adopted, which would be the easy way of doing it? I don't know. I was just curious.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes.
Oh man.
Off we go to another adventure.
Bye.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate.
Did you see the alien? He looked like a dog for a second. He was wagging his tail. It was cute and creepy at the same time.
Back and everywhere.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
He goes for a left, he goes for a right, he goes for that zero gravity punch, and he's off to the moon, and he's gone. Anyway, I wanted to say something funny. Let's go.
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie, and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
I like to talk. I like this dude. He likes to talk his way through. Plus, I'm kind of a stealth. I'm more of a sniper, to be honest. Like attacking for long range and stuff. But I also enjoy like getting up close range with a MG and like an AR. Those are like how I play the game. Anyway, let's go.
Area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
Take him down! Move, move, move! You're gonna pay for that!
I like blowing stuff up.
Yes, I'm a sniper. I'm a sniper. Oh my gosh, I love being a sniper.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard.
I hope they have scopes that you don't have. Like, never mind. I had a dumb question. I hope they have like metal sights. Like, you don't have to use a scope all the time. Because I like metal sights. Like, I like metal, just the sights. For me, it's easier to aim, if that makes sense. I know it sounds dumb, but anyway.
To strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything?
It looks awesome, the ship builder, but would it limit me on like how big the ship will be? For example, I want to make this thing huge, like it's gonna be Death Star level. It's gonna be huge, like a Star Destroyer. I want to build like a battleship. Yes, a battleship in space. That's my type of ship. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big. No, I'm not. What's the word? What's the word for it? Not substituting. Never mind. I was trying to think of something. Anyway, I can't wait for the ship maker, but I also want to. I have like a question. Like, will we be able to edit our outfits? Like, change the colors and stuff of our outfits? Will we be able to change the skins and colors of our guns? I want to be able to do that too, because some of these outfits be looking. The color schemes are off.
I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, you see how you can change the color of the ships? Can I change the color of my outfits and guns? Because I would really want to do that. Because I want to like make my character. And some of this stuff I wouldn't be really wearing, if that makes sense. Like, it's not my type of clothing. So, could I change the color scheme? Say if it's pink, could I make it red? If it's red, could I make it black or any other color in the book? You know what I mean?
The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you...
Will it have loading screens to enter the cities and the ships and all this stuff? Or did you finally find a way to, you know, make that work for your games? Or is this more of a loading screen thing? You know, enter here, exit, enter, you know, all that stuff? I don't know. I was just curious about that one question.
You want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
I like this lady.
HMS Platypus is like...
I like this lady who's on the video right now. She's really interesting. She has a unique way of thinking. I like her. She's funny too.
Called it. Where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
I am Optimus
Prime. And while
Prime.
you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
I like these companions. They look pretty interesting, to be honest. I love it.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please, avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still want to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own.
Can we mine asteroids? Like we can mine planets, but can we mine asteroids? Also, the idea, I know those like settlements and stuff, but will we be able to like build a settlement in space? Can we make our own space station? Yes, that's what I want. I want to be able to make a space station and make a robot and customize it by outfits. So this allows me to be the character I want to be, you know, be the person I can be. You know, actually have choices. More than just exploring planets and stuff. I want to make this character me, if that makes sense. I want to customize every detail.
Own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous. And you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
Pretty cool, I like it.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there. Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
So can you disable a ship, for example, take out the engines but not specifically blow it up? Or like can you do like an EMP attack and like neutralize the whole vessel and board it like that?
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship. Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship.
Can I make a battleship? Can I? I want to make a battleship. I want to make a battleship. I just don't want this small ship. I want the
Like
battleship.
the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit.
What will they be interesting? Like, will it be interesting, or will... I just hope this game's awesome. Also, I understand, like, all planets don't need to be interesting. We have models that can also do that. Can't wait for the models to add, like, Star Wars mods, like Coruscant, and, like, just a Death Star and all that stuff. It'll be awesome. The models are gonna take over this game. It's gonna be awesome, guys. It's gonna be awesome.
We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different.
Why is the chair so white? The room is filled with whiteness. I mean, the chairs, everything's painted white.
You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to the...
Not really interested in buying a overpiece watch or case. I mean, it looks cool, but probably gonna be like $100 for that.
It's inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
So is that gonna be like a pimp boy? Pimp pad, pimp boy? Like
we actually have...
Like from Fallout? Or will it not be like that? Also, will you be able to like buy stocks and stuff in this game? Will it have like an in-game economy like in GTA 5? Or invest in certain companies? I don't know.
Have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, We get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield.
Again, no offense, but this is probably going to be overpriced. And it's just a white controller with a few markings, which doesn't really make it that interesting. And it's not really that unique from what I see, to be honest. It's just an overpriced controller.
Controller, it's awesome. It is now, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. All ready to start on your signal. Steady till ready. Coordinates input. Plotting jump course. Guidance has converged. Getting auxiliary reactor power. System checks are green across the board. Prepare for departure. Grav jump commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I like it. You can go ahead, scan the whole planet, and locate what you're looking for. That's awesome, feature. It's awesome.
It's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
So he said even if your friends would visit the planet, they would have a different story to tell. So that means like the landscape isn't just procedurally generated. The bases are also generated randomly. Interesting.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
So this thing's gonna have like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars looking cinematics. That means it's gonna be awesome, 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 awesome. Honestly, they sold me in the first half of the video. I done got the premium digital edition, which comes with the future DLC and 5 days early access. So yay!
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules...
So we're not limited to like specific locations to put our camp. So we can camp anywhere and make our settlement anywhere instead of being limited. Like in Fallout 4, where we're limited on the things we can do, which was annoying. I don't like having a limit on the items. And will I have to make a camp? I want to make a camp where I want to make a camp. If I want to make it on a cliff or cliff side, I want to make it on a cliff side. If that makes sense. Just give us freedom. That's what us gamers want. We want freedom. Freedom in a world that doesn't give us freedom.
come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam, where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Also one thing I want in this game is the ability to marry your companions. That would be interesting. Like, expand upon the romance, like at relationship levels. Like, you begin dating, you slowly build into a relationship, or like you start as friends, you go into a relationship, and then you take them on a few dates, and then you get the option for marriage and stuff. You know, make the game seem like it's never ending, if that makes sense, and allow advancements in friendships and relationships.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection.
Do they have different skins? Do they? I really want different skins for like the guns, and I also want to be able to customize the color of the gun and the color of my outfit. That's all I'm asking. Allow me to change the colors for my stuff.
Of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than
I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging.
I love that LMG. That LMG looks awesome. Also, I want a 50 caliber in space to knock myself 50 miles away from the place I'm at, because the backfire causes like, you know, like you shoot it and then like this gets shouted away, not shouted away, pushed away from like your target, and it's just like sniping, and then like the force from the bullet that's coming out of the gun, and then it pushes you back. That would be awesome. Anyway, let's finish watching.
Engaging in combat, you may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around and for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
I think I saw the 50 caliber. I saw a sniper. I hope it's 50 cal. 50 cal in space is gonna be funny. Get blasted across the whole ship. Right, he got some space wiggle. And he's out of here. Foos, whoa. Duh. Anakin, use the force. Use the force, Anakin.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here,
I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
Audio design,
planets, the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom.
The ending.
Vasco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know.
Yes,
I know it's hard them.
I find it creepy.
The
Very
thing
creepy.
that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Main engines go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Yo, that was awesome, to be honest. This I pre-ordered the premium edition, so I'm gonna be playing this game on the channel. So whenever it comes out, come see me, and we're gonna have a good time, an awesome time. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be different. Anyway, I just wanted to say love you guys and peace out.